Hi, are you struggling to make a breakfast for your clients? I got you, because I have a simple and easy recipe. If you'd like to get more creative, you can do that as well. So let's get cooking. So here's what you'll need for a nice omelet. We have a pat of butter, some salt and pepper, 3 eggs for a nice hearty omelet, some shredded cheese, any kind of your choice, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and some cream or milk would be fine. Also, you need a bowl to whisk the eggs and a whisk, as well as a saute pan that we'll be using. Additional ingredients that you can use for your omelet would be cubed ham, little bits of bacon, some diced bell pepper. You could also add in some spinach and mushrooms. So whatever you need to create the best omelet for your client. But for today's purposes, we're going to be doing a cheese omelet that is going to be just delicious. So the first thing we need to do is heat up our saute pan. And you're going to add a pat of butter, a little bit of olive oil, just about a half a teaspoon. Okay, and let that melt. In the meantime, we're going to be whisking our eggs. Also, if you would like to add other things to your omelet, make sure you heat those up on a different saute pan, and that way you're adding hot food to a hot omelet and you're not overcooking the eggs. Okay, now we're going to whisk those with a little bit of cream. And we're going to whisk that up. The more you whisk the eggs, the fluffier they'll be. Now I think 3 eggs is sufficient for a good omelet for one person. But if they don't eat everything, they can always put it in the refrigerator and have it for later. Okay, so we've heated up the butter and the olive oil in our saute pan on medium heat, and it's ready to go, so we can add our mixture of eggs. Just pour it all in there. Okay. And I wouldn't be adding any cheese until you see no more bubbles on the eggs, which should take a couple of minutes. So when you're cooking your egg, you want to make sure that you don't get too brown. So you might want to just lift it a little. Once you start to see brown, even if it's a little bit runny, that's all right. You can go ahead and add your cheese. Add it to one side. I like to be very generous with the cheese. Now we're going to go ahead and season it with some salt and pepper. Okay. Those that are on a low sodium diet, be sure that you don't use too much of the salt. Okay, now you're ready to flip your omelet. It might slide around on you, that's okay. Okay, and let that cheese melt. You should probably let this cook for a little less than a minute. And just check the bottom. Okay, now I think we're ready to go ahead and plate. So go ahead and turn off the burner. Okay, now that the cheese has melted and the omelet is finished, you can slide that onto a plate. And at this point, if you'd like to garnish with a little sprinkle of parsley or some salsa, a little sour cream, and you can also take a lemon or an orange slice so they have some additional fruit and some nice color. Makes it a little fancier, makes them feel special. Here's another tip from Toni. So if you use a placemat or a cloth napkin, that will really elevate the experience for your client and make them feel special.